Welcome to the Indie Horror Junkie podcast. Tonight, you will be joining Rotting Ricky and Asylum Amy as they play host to some of the true movers and shakers in the indie horror scene. So lock your doors, check under the bed, and get comfortable, because here we go.
And we're the Saska Sisters. And this is Indie Horror Junkies! Indie Horror Junkies! Indie Horror Junkies!
Hey!
Junkies, how's it going, Rotting Ricky?
It's going well, Asylum Amy, and you?
Doing good. Happy Wednesday, you guys. We're here for another episode. We are on number 95 of the Indie Horror Junkie podcast. Gearing up for 100. We've got something special lined up for you, but we'll fill you in on that later. Tonight we have a really fun guest, Aeris Danet. She is an up-and-coming, incredible filmmaker in the indie horror scene. She writes, she directs, she produces, she acts, and she edits. So we're going to get into her project Nebulus tonight, along with some other stuff that she has going on, and just get into who she is and what she does. So stay tuned for more of that. But first, we're going to get started on the Indie Horror Junkie news. As you guys know, we are gearing up for film festival season around here. Seems to be year round, but the first one we have is going to be in September. That's going to be at the ScareCon Horror and Pop Culture Fan Convention and Film Festival. That'll be September 5th through 7th. Submissions are open, you guys, but they are closing tomorrow. So head over to our socials to get your code, which is going to be SCARE25 to get $25 off. It is our final sale, and we are in the final hour. So if you have an indie horror short film, an indie horror feature film, we want to see it and we want to play it at our festival. So definitely head over to filmfreeway.com, use that code, get your discount, and get your films in, because it's going to be a party. The Junkies are going to be there. We have a ton of great guests lined up and some special screenings. So let's go ahead and get into that. We have Felissa Rose, who's going to be there, Dave Sheridan, Daniel Roebuck, Kane Hodder, Jesse Posey, we've got Tyler Posey, Eugene Clark, Stephen Joffreys from Fright Night, Amanda Beers from Fright Night. We have William Ragsdale. We have Costas Mandalore, Elizabeth Vermelia from Hell House LLC Lineage, Kaylee Hyman, you guys know her from Terrifier, Screamboat, Jason Lively, Allison Patel, also from Screamboat Stream. And yeah, we've got, I think, a couple more announcements, and we'll make sure that you guys know all about that before ScareCon. But definitely head over to scarecon.com and get your tickets. Your ticket into the con gets you into the festival, and we are going to have a special screenings. We have screenings lined up both Friday and Saturday night, and also on Sunday. But the one we're going to highlight tonight is none other than Hell House LLC Lineage. We're going to be playing that on Saturday, September the 6th. You can find them on the cover of Indie Horror Junkie magazine, issue number 18, which is out right now, you guys. So what a better way to show up and show out. Hell House, there it is. They're going to be hitting theaters this August on the 20th. So make sure you get your butts in the seats. We want to show up for indie horror, and that's the best way you can support. And then come out to ScareCon for a private screening there. We're going to have some of the cast in the house. We're going to do a panel Q&A. If you have not seen these films, do yourself a favor. You guys know I'm a huge fan of their franchise. This is going to be their 5th installment, their 5th and final, more of a narrative film. I can't wait to see it. So I will be in theaters on the 20th, and you can come sit next to us at ScareCon and watch it. So let's see you guys there. Speaking of film festivals, we have our Indie Horror Junkie Film Festival. Submissions are open and will be open for a while because we are going to head to MegaCon again in March. We'll be there the 19th through the 22nd. So go ahead while the price is right and get your shorts and your features in. It's going to be a good time. You know, the Junkies know how to throw a party and a film fest. So you definitely want to be a part of this. You want to be a part of MegaCon. You know your film's going to get seen, and there's going to be a lot of networking and a lot of filmmakers there as always. So please come and be a part of that and join the Junkies and all the indie horror fun. So with that being said, issue number 18 is out. Let's show that again. If you guys haven't grabbed your issue yet, head over to indiehorrorjunkie.com. We have our PDF online versions and, of course, our infamous printed version. You guys know you want to hold this magazine in your hands. There's nothing better than just flipping through the magazine. We have tons of incredible filmmakers inside with all the upcoming indie horror projects, including our guest tonight. She has a featured article in there about her film Nebulus that we're going to get into. And of course, we have the beautiful and talented Celeste Landon as our indie horror hottie. Yes, she's beautiful, but she is so much more. Check out her article. She is an incredible actress and filmmaker. We highlighted her micro short film in that issue as well. And got to give a shout out to Sensory Records, Paul Wiley on the cover of issue number 17. So don't forget that you can go back online and order back issues. We keep stock and inventory of all issues if we have it. If we don't have it, we're going to order it. But we keep everything in stock. When we see you in person, we're going to have issues. We're going to have them at ScareCon. Rick and I are packing up our bags and checking them at the airport. We are loading up with every issue 1 through 18. Hi, Mary. So yeah, and if you guys like us, definitely head over to our YouTube page and like and subscribe if you want to support not only us, but our guests that we have on the show. Support the Junkies. Hi, Joe, and definitely be a part of our weekly podcast. What do we have next, Rick?
Well, Lance, don't forget about tarot cards.
Our weekly viewers. You know our schedule better than we do. Yes, we have tarot cards. Definitely big supporters of ours, and we're big supporters of them. If you guys have not checked them out, get your free digital card. All indie horror at tarotcards.com. It's a credible trading card app. It's fun, and just definitely check it out and support everything indie horror.
And we have one last little piece that we mentioned in a previous magazine that we're going to be giving a lot more details for soon.
Here we go, you guys. Reels of the Dead, Volume 1, the theater. This is our baby. It's our brand new horror anthology from Indie Horror Junkie. So filming begins in November. That's all the details you're going to get from us right now, but it is a wraparound story that includes 3 independent horror short films. One of them came from our film festival this past year. Another one is an Indie Horror Junkie original that we're going to be starting to film in November. And the third is going to be a nice little surprise. So definitely keep your eyes out on our socials. Keep your eyes out on our magazines to find out more about that. So I say, let's get into Miss Aeris Danet. We have a video here just about her and who she is and what she does. And then we're going to bring her on, you guys.
All right, here you go.
For the film festival, 3 to 20 minutes in length. Or
I want to make it into like a full feature film. Yeah, exactly. You get it.
And the winner for first time director is Aeris Danet from
How cool is that? I felt like I was there.
I know, Aeris, welcome to the show. We're so excited to have you on. Like we said, we've already featured you in issue number 18 with Hell House on the cover for your film Nebulus. So congratulations on all the recognition and awards that you've received for that film so far. But we just want to learn more about you. You're a writer, director, producer, actress, editor. And how old are you?
I'm 15 years old.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first. And like we said in the little comments there, she's not just, the final girl. She's making the damn film, you guys. She's putting in the work. She's passionate. And she is taking on the indie horror scene in a really fun way. So we're super excited to have you on tonight. And let's just get into it. What got you into filmmaking and acting? What got you into this world?
Honestly, what got me into filmmaking and acting was I'd grown up on movies. Like, I wasn't like sheltered when like I'd pick out a movie. My mom wouldn't be like, "Hey, you can't watch that. It's like rated R."
Shout out to mom.
Woo! Absolutely.
That's good parenting.
For sure. But like I saw what the people were doing on screen and I was like, I want to do that. So basically just growing up, I'd watch films over and over and I fell in love with that. And I just grew into writing and I was put into extra work and I got my SAG card and now I'm here.
Wow.
Now she's here, you guys. And let's talk about Nebulus. Let's give the viewers a quick synopsis of your film and just share some details about it that you want us to know.
Nebulus is about teenagers going through a whole lot of stuff. It's about filmmakers and how the experience is like making a film. That's basically the whole like kind of like summary.
What was your inspiration behind writing this film? Is it based off your own experience? Did you kind of pull from, that, you're at a very specific age where there is a lot going on. Did you kind of pull from your surroundings and different people you hang out with? How did all of this kind of come into fruition for you?
Oh, for sure. I made a film because I saw filmmakers putting their projects into like film festivals originally. And I knew I liked horror movies and I was like, I might as well make a horror movie. So, but the thing is when you're watching a horror movie, it's like 20, 30-year-olds playing teenagers. And I was like,
correct.
Okay. Yeah. I was like, I want teenagers to be in horror movies.
As the screen poster hangs in her background. You got that.
I know, I saw that.
Yeah. Absolutely. 100% love that.
For
movie.
most shows and sitcoms and other genres, there's a lot of that happens. You have these older actors who are playing younger actors, but the age specific that you're really targeting, it's a fun age. Rick and I talk about this. Like we want to work with, that teenage, age range because you guys are so in tune with so many, like you're in this pivotal point of your life. Like you're not a kid, you're not yet an adult, but there's a lot going on that you're trying to figure out. But when it comes to acting, there's a lot of grounding in that I've seen from young artists. When I see, teenagers on set that are confident, you can really pull a lot of grounded performances out of them because everything that their dialogue is expressing, like it's going on in their life right now. So was that kind of, your experience on set with these actors?
Oh, yeah, totally. I mean, I wrote the characters, like you said, if I pulled on people like I knew, like, yeah, the people can relate to the characters they're playing. And that's what I loved about my script I made. It's like, it's crazy also learning how they take the character I made and also evolve it too. It's just, it's so weird behind the camera because normally I grew up doing acting, but I love it. I loved learning off of them too because it's so strange to me.
What was that like for you? Did you do a table read in person or online like this with the actors before you got on set? Did you get to hear them and their interpretation of the character before you guys, showed up on day one, or did you just kind of get a feel from them during their audition?
It was mostly audition based. We didn't do a rehearsal. It was like straight off the get-go, we're going in. It was like, huge props to them, by the way. No rehearsal, no nothing. It's like, whew, like I
Yeah.
was putting a lot on their shoulders. But honestly, like they did great. Yeah, it was audition based. I saw what I liked and I put them in.
So what was your audition process? What was your casting call process? Did you just go on socials? Did you go on Actors Access? What route did you go?
I went on social media and posted something about needing like a cast for the short film I was making. But the thing is, I got one submission. I got my friend Lucy Simmons from my school, and she did a monologue, and I was like, okay, I like what I'm seeing. But the thing is, I also had to grab off like family members, like different people I knew from school. I had to reach out to and then have them like read for the different characters too. So it wasn't necessarily people reaching out to me, which is kind of difficult when you're making like a short film at the same time. It's like, okay, I know I want to get this done, but where do I get my cast? It was just a whole huge process. I know.
And your crew, how did you crew up? Do you come from, like, what is the film community where you live? Does one exist? Or are you just pulling in friends? Is there a community theater? Is there a film network? What is it like where you live, and how do you pull those resources and people in to make this happen? Because we've learned on the show, we even had our Sigil, who won this year's 2025 Indie Horror Junkie Film Festival. When we had him on the show, the writer, director, producer, we found out that they live in the middle of nowhere and they have no film community, and they had like 2 cast members and a skeleton crew and went and shot out at an Airbnb in the middle of nowhere, and they're the ones who won Best Feature Film. So we have learned that resources can be limited, and filmmaking communities don't always exist where you think that they do. So what is the vibe in your area as far as that goes?
So I'm in the suburbs of Illinois. So like there's not really like a lot of like film people around here. Like there are in Chicago.
There's a lot of cornfields.
Yeah. But like, yeah, there's not like a lot of people. So I had to like reach for my school, and mostly in the background work, all the people I grabbed was for the cast, for the acting. In the behind the scenes, it was pretty much entirely me. It was entirely me, except from when I would be physically on screen. Then I would have someone working the camera, which was like a family member, but I'd tell them what to do with the camera. So basically
You knew what you wanted. You knew your shot list. You knew exactly, how you wanted to execute it. That's so cool. I mean, doing everything is such a big job for, even people who have been doing it for years and decades. So to have the confidence to take that on and just say, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to ask for help where I need it. I mean, good for you. I just admire that so much. And Rick can, kind of feed more into that. Where we live, we are so lucky that we have a big film community, but we've also been a part of building that up. And that might be something that you, in a way, are kind of doing right now for, other creatives your age or in your community, and you don't even know it. Maybe even like create a Facebook page that you guys can connect as filmmakers and actors and directors and producers. And that way you have a pool of people to kind of call on and work with. That's a great way to start to build your own community,
Oh, 100%. Like, I want to connect with people who like what I'm doing. 100%.
That's so cool. Now, when you had the idea, okay, I'm gonna shoot a film. Like, I'm a filmmaker, I'm an actor, like I'm gonna do it. I can do all of it. You already knew that about yourself. That's your God-given gift, and you wanted to go after it. What was the process of when you wrote the script, your pre-production, production, and then post-production editing? How long was that time frame for you, and what were some of the hurdles that you had to overcome along the way?
Honestly, it wasn't like all that long of a process. I would say, honestly, okay, we shot it in like 4 days, and then like, I gave the film for some people to look at that I trusted, and after I had edited it, and then it took like 2 weeks, cause like it was like winter break. Like, I'm in high school, we have winter break, and that's the entire time I spent like editing. It wasn't like a whole like, I wouldn't say like it was that long. Like, it was honestly pretty like flow through.
It sounds like you knew exactly what you wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, for sure.
You had the vision in your head. And like, so tell us about editing. Are you're self-taught, I'm assuming? Did you go on YouTube and learn? Are you using iMovie to cut it? Are you going into DaVinci Resolve? What is that process for you? And is this the first thing you've ever edited and you just kind of took a big bite and said, I'm going to do it and I'm going to finish it? Or do you have a little bit of experience, before this playing around?
This was the first time I like started like editing. Like, I was like going in, no knowledge. I didn't look up like YouTube tutorials or like anything. I was like, ooh. I used Adobe, and like, yeah, like it's like hard because like you barely know what you're doing, but like I was figuring out like along the way. Like, what better way to learn?
I've been editing for years and I barely know what I'm doing, so I understand.
Yeah, editing is a very specific trade.
What program did you say you used for editing?
Adobe,
really? Premiere? Very good.
Yeah, it's a good program.
Now, for Nebulus in particular, so we shot the short film. Then you started submitting to festivals. So tell us about your festival run and, kind of all eyes on this film and some of the awards that you received for it.
Okay, so I first submitted it to a bunch of different film festivals, but the thing is, like, only one like festival like for sure like actually accepted it, and it was Chicago Horror Film Festival, which I ended up getting my first like award at, which was Chicago Horror Film Festival May 2025 Best First Time Director.
Awesome.
Which was crazy. And I didn't expect to win. The thing is, there were so many different, like, oh my god, these films, insane. Like, it's like crazy seeing what people can do, and then me winning, like that's what was mental to me. I didn't even think I'd get accepted into any film festival at all, and then I win an award. Like, oh my god.
I think it's a sign to keep going, Aeris.
Especially a festival like that, because Chicago Horror Film Festival is one of the biggest ones in the country. So that's a great. I remember my first film festival. I got my first movie into a film festival.
It was 100 years ago, Aeris.
100 years ago. Thank you for pointing that out, Amy. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
But the New York City Horror Film Festival, and I remember sitting there in that festival watching movies that had budgets of thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars, and me looking at my film playing that had a budget of, I think, $30. Something like that, and it was there, and it was accepted, and it was just so cool to be there. So I can imagine your situation. But that little video you showed of them announcing you as the winner, how cool was that?
Oh my, it was mind-blowing. I thought, like, I was nominated in 2 categories, and the first one went by, and I was like, oh, I'm done. Like, I'm not getting anything. I was like, I'm out of here. But, like, and then when I heard them, like, actually say my name, saying I won for the second one, like, the award here, I was mind blown. Like, I was, like, shocked. I was in shock. I'm pretty sure I stood up, like, jaw dropped. Like, I did not think I was going to win at all. Like, that was a complete shock to me. Like, it felt, like, unreal. It was crazy. I love it.
Awesome.
I'm telling you, it's a sign to keep going. I want to go back to Nebulus and being on set. Midway through the film, you got news that the project basically could have gotten completely sidetracked. Let's get into that. And how did you handle it? Because as filmmakers, we know that things come up and you have to pivot and you have to problem solve along the way. So what happened and how did you attack that beast?
So basically, I learned, like, through some classmates that my high school was doing a film festival, and I already had the idea for Nebulus, and I was like, okay, this is like, I can like actually like put my idea into something now. So I did my filming for Nebulus. Like, I wrote everything, I filmed everything, but the thing is, I had made sure like it was PG-13, so there wasn't really like gore, there wasn't really like anything fun that I wanted to put into the film originally. And then I heard that it got canceled, so my high school film festival got canceled, and I was like, okay, what do I do with this now? Like, I had edited everything for it specifically. I got my scenes that I needed specifically to keep it in that range. So I started emailing the people behind the scenes, and I was like, okay, I have Nebulus. I have this. I made it because I wanted to submit it to the high school film festival. Come on. And they put it out. They did it. They did it again. They did like a friends and family screening specifically for my film and like my friends and family to
Very
see.
cool.
Mm.
I would like to put out an official petition for the high school to pick up and continue their journey of giving the students a film fest to be a part of. I think that's incredible. I personally did not have anything like that in high school, but also 100 years ago. And I think that since technology has changed, what a better way to get students involved and what's going on in the filmmaking community besides, just media and the morning show and, things like that by giving them a platform. So wherever Aeris Danet goes to school, here's a formal petition. Please bring on the film festival. You have someone here who can chair it, and Indie Horror Junkie will sponsor it for you. But that's really, really cool. So you're on set, you're wearing all of these hats, your attention is everywhere. And it's your first time doing it. That's such an overwhelming thought. Like even for me to be stepping on set and it's like, oh, I'm in charge of everything. What was it like to be the youngest person on your set, but be in charge of everyone else that was there? That's an important question. How did you feel? How did you overcome it? And would you do it again?
So honestly, like, I didn't really notice my age when I was on set. It honestly, like, everyone around me was super supportive of what we were doing, and we were all there to get the project done. It's like you can't really tell, and like doing all these things are like juggling all these different things at the same time. It becomes easy when these people around you, they know what you're doing. They want to make it as easy as you like for you as possible. And great team. Like overall, you need a great team. Like I learned that on set, you need a great team that is there and just be like, okay, take your time, do that. But yeah, like my age really wasn't really like a huge thing. It's like, I don't think age matters when you're like making a film or like directing, writing, doing all these different things. Like as long as you deliver, then you're all set. And I would 100% do it again. I think it was fun. I love it.
Good for you. 1000% on everything you just said, and keep those people around you. Bring your team with you. You're kind of, like I said, building this little community in your area, and you're going to learn very quickly, who you want to work with and who supports you and who has your back. And I love your attitude, not only as just being a young creative, but as being a strong, independent female. We're big supporters of that through Indie Horror Junkie. Do not let anyone stand in your way or stand on your toes. If you have a vision, go after it and make sure that you have the right people supporting you, because that's all that you need to get it done. So having the courage and the ambition and the work ethic to support that is what's going to continue to launch you forward. And I can see that in you. So props to you. I love your attitude and your work ethic and your drive, because that's what it takes to survive, and filmmaking. But you've got it. And you're right. Age doesn't matter. None of that matters as long as you're all going after the same goal and everybody's taking care of each other and taking care of the project. Like, you're going to get it done. So I'm so happy to hear that you have such a positive attitude and outlook on things, because at the end of the day, that's such an important part of this process. Don't you agree, Rick?
Absolutely. And tell me this, I know that you've been overwhelmed by all the awards and this and that you've won, which is unbelievable, and props to you for everything. But I mean, how amazed and completely blown away are you to have been included in Indie Horror Junkie? Come on now.
Okay, yeah, I'm pretty amazed. This is crazy. I it's an honor. Come on. Like,
yeah, keep it on.
Woo!
Well, like I was saying in the pre-show, when Rick first told me about you, he's like, you got to check out this young
Oh, yeah.
filmmaker. You got to check out the short film. Like, she's won these awards. And like, it didn't even take me half a second. I'm like, yeah, put her in the next issue of the magazine. That's exactly the kind of news we want to cover.
Absolutely.
You know, just like you said, it's not about age. It's not about status. It's not about what has she done before. Like, she's out here doing it now. Like, she is taking this on. And that's such a positive vibe to put out there. And what you got to know, Aeris, is that, you know, whatever far our reach is and however far the word spreads, there's going to be somebody your age and there's going to be somebody our age that's going to be inspired by you taking that leap of faith, because a lot of filmmakers, you know, they don't get started until later on, and there are no rules, and you're making your own, and we love that. But know that your story is inspiring, and it's definitely going to inspire people in your community. It's going to inspire people here, and that magazine is going to get a lot of coverage because we're taking it with us to ScareCon.
Yeah. And just like Amy was saying about your situation, you're being an inspiration and stuff. I have a friend of mine who is a wannabe filmmaker and has been talking. I don't want to mention any names and call anybody out, but he's basically been in pre-production for about 25 years and hasn't done anything yet. And I says, well, you need to watch the podcast tonight because I got a 15-year-old who's wearing every hat, making her movies, winning awards, and she's not holding back. So if that doesn't inspire you to get off your butt, I don't know what will.
I felt inspired. I was like, look, like this girl is out here just doing it and she doesn't even care. She's like, move. I have an idea and I'm doing it. And like that made me feel something. Like I told Rick, I'm like, I feel like a proud mom. Like, you know, it just made me feel excited to see somebody who, you know, isn't really afraid to do what they want to do. And being a creative, it's so important because it's easy to say, well, I need to do this first and I need to be that first. Like there are no rules. You just have to figure it out, and it's different for everybody. Like your path is going to be different than the person next to you. You just have to like go off those instincts and just keep moving forward because those instincts are there for a reason. And I think that you're probably figuring that out, right?
Oh, for sure. It's like speaking like as a 15-year-old too, like it's crazy seeing all these people around you who are older doing the exact same thing as you, and it's like, oh my god, like I'm just like a teenager, I'm trying to do all this stuff. But the thing is, like when you really get into it, like it's not really like a big difference. Like just do it. Like
Just do it.
Just do it. Love it.
Yeah.
Real quick, Amy was mentioning about being a proud mom on stuff like that. I had spoken to your mom a couple of times over email and stuff. That's how we got this whole thing going. Tell me, how is your family behind or supporting you as far as the filmmaking process, the acting process, and everything? How are you getting a lot of support? Have they been behind you 110%? Are they pretty much just like you do you, or are they involved? Tell us a little bit about that aspect.
100% supportive. Like they are with me through this all. What's it called? I couldn't have done it. Like there's some parts like I can't legally like license music. So I have music in the film, but like I chose the songs I wanted. But the thing is, I can't like pay them stuff. So like family had to go like and pay the people. Like it's like without like I wouldn't have been able to like do that. Like there'd be no music in the film. Like it would have been just silence kind of. Except without like talking, you know, like, so yeah, the support's there.
Awesome. Thanks, Mom.
Now, are your parents into horror as well? Or is this something that you introduced to them, you know, as you got older and got more into watching films and, you know, gravitated towards the horror genre?
I grew up on horror. Like my family has like always been like a huge like horror junkie, like
Maybe the right place.
right, yeah. But like yeah, they've always loved horror, like, and then seeing the films around me that I was watching, I really grew into it. Like I've had this doll since I was like maybe like 3. Like oh my god, when I tell you, like I would carry this thing, like you know how kids would have like a tiny like dolls, like tall like dolls you would like bring around.
Yeah,
it was this. That was yeah.
Nice.
It was like Chucky was mine. Like so yeah, I grew up around it. Like everyone like loved horror around me, and I just grew to be into that as well. I love that.
So what are some of your favorite horror films? What are some of the first films you could remember watching with your family, just old and new? What are some of your favorite horror films? There's no right or wrong answer. I know it's hard to say. They're like, I can't pick just one, just any of them.
Honestly, all right, I know Ghostface is back there, but
There he
like
is.
specifically, I grew up on the Scream movies. Like those, I'm pretty sure like that was like those that franchise was like the first horror movies like I was ever like shown really.
It's a big gateway.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. There's Jesus, like there's a lot going on, but like yeah, I want to say like Scream's like I grew up on that. That's where home is right now, but. Like, I don't know, I love the Saw franchise. Also, by the way, going back to Scream, new movie coming out, that's cool. But, like, I'm super excited for that. But, like, yeah, I love the Saw franchise. I love the Final Destination franchise. The new movie, that movie came out was great. But those are, like, my top 3, like, franchises. Like, I love those movies. I could watch those movies, like, over and over and over again. I don't know, there's something drawn
Art
about
the
it.
Clown over your other shoulder
Oh
there.
yeah, Terrifier movies, great. Like, oh my god, I don't know. There's something I like about that too. I think like Art the Clown's like kind of like funny, but like goofy, but like there's so much like gore and like the plot and stuff like that. I think that's really interesting. Like
You can see more of Art the Clown on our previous December 2024 issue of Indie Horror Junkie magazine, where we have Terrifier 3 on the cover, you guys. And also, can we give a shout out to Damian Leone and Fuzz on the Lens and David Howard Thornton and the entire cast and crew, Lauren Lavera, of Terrifier, who recently Universal Studios announced that they are getting a house, you guys, this October. So we're super excited for them. Congratulations. What a big movement they are making in the indie horror scene. So I had to give them a shout out. See you guys at Horror Nights. Because if you don't know, we're in the Central Florida area. So we are going. Rick doesn't know, but he's getting drug out too. So so definitely support Terrifier and Paul Wiley because his music is licensed for them as well. So just a huge shout out to the entire franchise. Super excited for those guys, and they deserve it. Totally deserve it. And they started off like you know, just out there making that first film, making that short film for concept, which is what this is. You're going to move on and make a feature film for Nebula. Is that correct? Is that the plan?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
Absolutely. I have like a pre-launch like up on Indiegogo.com.
Mm-hmm.
And if people want to support that, they can go like reserve, like give like contributions. And like, yeah. And if they do, they're going to get like early. They're going to get like a special thank you in the end credits. So just saying, guys, if you want to get
I was going to say, definitely tag us in that so we can reshare that for you and get it out there.
Tag will reshare, and also we'll get with you and how we can donate maybe like a magazine or a shirt for your film and help you, if you want to put it up to sell it for your, if you want to have it in the film or if you want to put it as part of your Indiegogo, however we can help out with that to help support, you making the funds. That's the big part as you're learning, I'm sure. Probably the hardest part about making a movie is finding the funding. So we definitely want to help you out there. Do you have an idea of when you're going to start production on that? Or are we just trying to, have you written the whole feature?
Yes, I have.
Okay, so that's done.
And I'm planning to start filming, I hope, like 2026, like summer of 2026. That's when I want to like have everything pretty much like going.
Yeah, that's a good goal. Well, definitely let us know so we can bring you back on the show and talk about them. But that's really exciting. Are you going to be bringing back the same crew, the same actors? Are you bringing in, expanding your cast? How is that looking?
I think I have some new cast members in mind, and then I have some of the same. Like, I want to for sure make sure like the same cast is involved in some way, but I am also making people audition too as well. So like, if they get the same role, then they get the same role. If they don't, then you don't. But I still want everybody who originally believed in me to be a part of the project in some way.
I love that. And that's a pretty standard policy, you know, especially with indie films, that if there's a short film for concept, that sometimes that cast moves forward and they keep those roles, but sometimes they might be another role in the feature film, or you might recast altogether. So there's definitely room to kind of evolve when it comes to the cast. Now, how you guys shot in a school, right?
No.
Where did you shoot?
We shot like at a workplace. We shot
Okay.
at like, I believe my dad got the location, and it was
Way to
his
go, Dad.
let's go supportive family again. But right, it's always needed. But no, like it just had everything we needed, and we worked around it, and we worked around like the different like logos and stuff, and like honestly
There you
it
go.
worked. Like if you have a location, you can get anything done.
Yeah, exactly. That's another challenge with filmmaking that can be a big hurdle, is locking in those locations and them turning out to be good locations. So hopefully you'll get to use that again, or are there going to be a lot of other locations that you're going to need to lock down? Are you
Oh
going to
yeah,
try
for
to
sure.
film at your school and have that kind of vibe tied into there?
We'll see. We'll see.
Do I need to start another
Like
petition?
maybe. Nah, I don't know. But like I have other locations in mind, but I won't say yet. But like there's definitely different like places I want to film, not just like that specific area.
Very cool. I definitely feel, because I've watched the film, I definitely can feel some influence from Scream in particular, with some of the scenes with, you know, the phone call and the kitchen, and it has this very fun 90s vibe. And I hope that doesn't offend you, because I love all, you know, 90s horror, and it does have a little bit of that fun 90s vibe to it. What direction are you taking this film? Are you going to bring on more gore and practical special effects? Did you have a part in, you know, all of that in the first one? And like, how far do you want to take it for the feature? Are you going to be pushing boundaries?
I definitely want it to be more like, not like Terrifier level gore, you know what I mean? But like just like like normal like level like I definitely want to show some deaths, which I really didn't get to do for my short, but I want to explore that region and see what I could do in that like field. I definitely want to take it further than I did originally.
Very cool. Now, will you be doing the blood and the and the special effects on set, since you're doing everything else, or do you think you want to maybe work with somebody on that?
I want to get some people on board for that.
Okay, cool.
There's some talented people out there that can do like art and like sculpt. I'm sure some people can like really, like, I need hands on deck for that. Oh my god.
I'm telling you, start that group page, get that community going, let people, you know, put in who they are and what they do, and just start building that community. I think that you guys will get a lot out of that. Do you have any other upcoming projects that you're working on? It doesn't even have to be yours that you're acting in. I know you're also an actress as well, you know, outside of, you know, being this little baddie teenage filmmaker. Anything else that you want to promote while you're here with us tonight?
Yes. Actually, this is the first announcement for it. I've been cast in a short film called Sin, SYN, and it's directed by Ashlyn Thomas, associate
Ooh.
director of Chicago Horror Film Fest. And they're completing casting and entering pre-production now, and will be launching in Indiegogo shortly. And you can follow at Good Candy Films and also me for updates.
There we go. Good Candy Films.
Yep.
So where's this going to be shooting at and when?
That's all I know. What I just said is
Yeah,
all
she's
I
like, that's it, you guys.
Yep.
Well, that
see.
is really exciting. That's great news. You'll have to keep us posted on that if it's, you know, an indie horror film that we can help further promote through the magazine and the podcast. We definitely love to be a part of that. So that's really, really cool. You've already, you know, completed the feature-length film for Nebulus. What was like the biggest challenge from you from taking that short script and turning it into a feature?
I think expanding the scenes, because like I want to keep it original, like pretty like same concept, same kind of like original kind of like thing, but it was hard keeping it close to that, but also expanding the different scenes. Like it's hard when scenes are so short in a short film, but it's like, how do I drag that out? How do I make sure I'm not going completely off of my original idea? Like that was definitely the biggest like difficulty, but you know, I got over it.
Did you find yourself focusing more on like the characters and the character development to help you kind of build that part of the dialogue and the story? Was that, you know, where you kind of let yourself go to build these scenes?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. That's what helped me most, like with the like building the scenes, the character development that I knew I had in mind and I wanted to show more that the short film really didn't get to express more. That helped a whole bunch. That I really dove deep into that for the feature, for sure.
Very cool. Very cool. Rick, do we have some stills from Nebulus to show?
Some stills from Nebulus. I've got this one, which I believe is a still. Is that correctly? Is that a still, Aeris?
Yes.
What's happening in this scene here that you look like you're perplexed?
What's it called? Me and another character are arguing in that scene, and it's a close-up of me, part of it.
Speaking of what Amy was just mentioning here with the feature film, and obviously the opportunity you have to expand the concept while still trying to stay true to the original short film, did you have to add some additional characters that you may not have had in the short film?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, there's some more characters that were not shown in the short film at all. And I'm excited for people to see them. We're gonna, when Nebulus gets made, I'm excited for that. I won't like touch more on the added people, but you'll see. So
Another question I had was, now that you've won the Chicago Horror Film Festival, that award and stuff like that, how has your life changed? In other words, you were making movies, you were doing your thing, or whatever it is prior to that. But now that you've won this award, now that you're getting the recognition, you're in our Indie Horror Junkie, you're doing podcasts and stuff, have you been getting bombarded with people on social media wanting to get involved and stuff? How much has that really brought to the table for you?
Oh, yeah. After getting like the award and going on different podcasts and like different press, you know, like now people are reaching out to me. Like that's what I struggled with at the beginning. Right. People really didn't like know about Nebulus, and people didn't want. I had to reach out to people, but now people are coming to me, and like that feels like way better. Oh my gosh, yeah, people actually are wanting to get involved now because of everything that's going on around me.
That's awesome.
Are there any other genres down the road outside of horror that you connect with, that you see yourself maybe tapping into and, you know, starting off with another short? Are you just horror focused and like that's it? Or do you ever see yourself branching out into drama or comedy or different subgenres of horror even?
I want to branch out for sure. I'm focusing on Nebulus right now, which is horror, but definitely in the future when I'm done with this project, I want to branch out maybe into comedy. But like, you know, I'm pretty set on this for right now. Like I'm keeping my eye on the prize. Right? I'm trying to like keep steady and like make sure I get this done before focusing on what the future more presents for that. Like I'm just trying to make sure this gets done first. I'm trying to make sure this makes it.
Now, I could be biased to the horror community, but I do strongly feel, and I know Rick does too, and that's why, you know, this brand exists, is that the horror community is the best community. And I say that because there's a lot of love and support behind the horror genre. That's why they have all these conventions all over the country every single weekend. And that's why there's so many film festivals dedicated specifically just for horror. So I would say that it was, you know, whether it was intentional or you just lucked out, horror is a great place to start as a young filmmaker because you do have that community behind you. And there's a lot of opportunities to get your film out there and to get seen. So I hope for you, definitely know that your family now with the Junkies. So if you need something, you let us know. If you have something to promote, you let us know. We're here for you. That's what it's all about. But I hope that you'll continue to make those connections in the indie horror scene. And I think you'll quickly see just how big it is and how supportive it is. And I think that you'll continue through your work to gain respect and build that network. And I can't wait to see, when you start your feature film and that whole process. That's going to be really, really exciting. We definitely want to follow up on that. But I think it's, a fun place for you to start for sure in horror.
Oh, for sure. I love like horror like since the beginning of time. And I got really lucky that like there's like such a huge support like in the horror community. And like there's so many different like branches you can like put horror into, and like I just got completely lucky with that. Like I don't know, like I was like I want to make a horror film. I'm set on that. So like I don't know, I just got completely lucky. Like
well, you had parents who were big horror fans, so they directed you in the right direction. Right. So hats off, mom and dad.
Hats off for sure. Like I was pointed to where I needed to be. Absolutely. Yep.
What would be your ultimate dream collaboration? Like if you had one actor you can put in your film?
Oh,
that's a good question.
I'm gonna be biased because this is my favorite actor, Evan Peters.
Oh, really?
I know he's super well known. Not gonna happen, probably. But like, that's my favorite actor of all time. I've seen
that's
him.
Quicksilver, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, but I originally saw him in American Horror Story.
Yes.
And that's where I grew up on him. Cause like I grew up on horror. I watched that when I was younger. And I don't know. I've just always loved him as an actor. He's great.
Just gonna go ahead and put that out to the universe.
That's right. In case you're watching, Evan.
A couple years down the road, we'll check back in and we'll see how that worked out.
We'll see.
Do you have a favorite? I call it cozy, like a favorite movie you love to go back to and watch, like a comfort film, a comfort horror. Is it Scream? Do you have another one? Like, what's when you're just like you had like a crap day, you're burnout, you want to check out and just put something on that you don't even have to think about anymore, but you just get all cozy and snuggled up watching it?
Honestly, yeah, it's probably Scream 1 because it's funny and it references all.
I think that's a big one for a lot of people. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's not necessarily like super scary. It has scares in it, obviously, but the thing is, you're also laughing because they're making all these jokes in it at the same time, and the characters are like so likable, and yeah, that's my like comfort movie for sure in the genre of horror.
Classic movie.
Absolutely.
And speaking of just being like tapped out, did you ever find yourself up at a point of the creative process that you felt a little burned out, that you felt like, I don't know where I want to take this? And what did you do to get past that? Because I feel like that happens to all of us. We get a creative block, or we just feel overwhelmed, or we're, I just got to take a step back from this right now. Did you experience any of that, and how did you get around it?
Honestly, the biggest like block I had was when I learned the film festival got canceled. Like, I didn't have problems really writing the short film. So when I had like everything like filmed and done, I was like, what do I do now? Like, that was my biggest like, oh shoot, you know what I mean? Like, and the thing is, I needed the high school film festival so I could also test Nebulus, like, on the, like, screen. Because if you're gonna, like, submit it into other, like, horror film festivals, you don't know how it's gonna look up there yet. So I was like, okay, so am I just gonna be pushing this out into the wild? Like the unknown? Like, that's when I was like, ooh, I'm freaking out a little bit. Like, I was like, oh. So I'm glad that I, like, emailed and made sure that was, like, getting back up.
What was the response when you came out with this film at school? Like, are there other kids at your school that are making horror movies, or are you kind of just the first one at your school breaking that ground?
I'm pretty sure I was like the first one in recent years. I know like Steve Desmond used to go to my high school who wrote Knock at the Cabin with
Oh, really?
M. Night. Yeah. And,
You know that film, Rick?
Oh yeah, that's M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah, he co-wrote it
Mhm.
with him.
Dave Bautista's in it.
Wow.
Yeah, so I contacted him too, and he also watched my film and gave me feedback along with that.
How awesome is
Good for
that?
you.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool.
That's awesome. You were just doing all the right things. I'm telling you, like, do not stop. Don't let anybody get in your way. Don't listen to the haters. Just keep doing what you're doing, because I'm telling you, it's important to, follow that passion and to listen to your instincts. And I just, like, I can't stop saying, I feel like a proud parent. As soon as I read the article that was in the magazine and Rick told me about you, it just, I think we're definitely gonna bring you back on the show later on and kind of see what it is that you're doing and what has happened in your world, because I don't really see this being something that you do and walk away from. I feel like this is something that you want long term. Do you feel like that 5, 10, 20 years that this is still going to be a part of your life? Can you even think that far down the road? But I mean, sometimes you just know.
Oh yeah, I for sure want to continue doing this. Like, I love it. Like, I have a huge passion for it. I love it. It's like, it's always been a dream of mine just to work in film. Like, I'm an actor and now director and like writing. Like, I love all of it. I've loved it for years, and I know I'm gonna love it in the future too. Like, I don't want to just leave everything behind after this. Like, this isn't just like a one and done for me, for sure. Like, and also I'd love to come back. Like, I would love to come back here, guys.
Oh, absolutely.
You know how to get a hold of us. You got our email, you got our Instagrams, you got our Facebooks. You just reach out and say, "Hey, I got something new to promote."
Yep.
That's all you can do. We'll bring you back on. Like I said, your family, it's all good. We're here for, all of our filmmakers, but we definitely want to support our young creatives. And it's important that you know that you do have a platform here that is going to give you a voice, and we want to help you spread the word. There's so much importance in that, because filmmakers, they give everybody who has a craft or whatever it is, they give so much of themselves, and so much of that work really goes unseen. So just know that we're here and you have a voice through Indie Horror Junkie, and we just can't wait to see what you do next. You are on socials. I don't know if you have a YouTube, but let's go ahead and plug you and where people can find you and connect with you.
Yeah, I'm not on YouTube, but I have Instagram, which is Aeris Danet, Aeris Danet, and I also have one for Nebulus, which is Nebulus Movie. And you can basically support my film there, and like, if anyone's interested in being a part of it, you can message there, or you can message me and I'll direct you to that Instagram. Basically, yeah, I'm welcome to anybody who wants to hop on board, and I'm sure there's people out there who's interested.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. And you mentioned the Indiegogo. Can we find all the Indiegogo information from your social accounts?
Oh, yeah, you can actually go to my website for that as well. I have a website, aerisdanet.com. You can also go from that to Indiegogo.com, and you can just type in Nebulus in there, and everything will be there. Yeah.
Now, with the Indiegogo, do you have any specific perks listed yet in that campaign that people can buy to help support the project? Are you at that point yet? Like, are you selling posters or shirts or different things like that?
I get you. We haven't gotten to that yet. We're just in like the pre-launch, and we just need that support so far. But I do have ideas for things that people can buy in support, but we have not gotten to that yet. But I do have I have ideas.
Well, keep in touch. Rick and I, let's send out a signed Indie Horror Junkie magazine, maybe the anniversary issue or the issue that she's in. We want to send you something that you can throw up there, and somebody can purchase, and that donation can go towards your film.
Lovely. Amazing. I love it.
Awesome.
So definitely keep in touch. We wanna know what you're doing. If you got something that you need to share, tag Indie Horror Junkie, tag me, tag Rick, and just keep going. Like, you're doing it. Don't let anybody get in your way.
Very impressive.
I appreciate it. It's crazy out here.
It is. Yes, it is. Welcome to the world of, being a filmmaker. But you have the stomach for it clearly, and you definitely got the brains and the talent. So just keep going. That's the best advice I could give. And thank you so much for coming on tonight. It was a pleasure to get to talk to you and get to learn more about Nebulus and who you are and what you do. You guys head over to Aeris' socials, keep in touch, follow her campaign, support indie horror, support this project, and just do what you can to keep indie horror junkie alive. We're going to kick you backstage for just a second and tell you goodbye, so don't go anywhere. But just want to thank you again for coming on and talking all things indie horror.
Of course.
Thank
Always a joy. Thank you.
Thank you, Aeris. We'll chat with you in just a moment.
Perfect.
I'm just so excited for this young creative. I can just see
You can
that
see
she's
it,
going
you
to
can
go
hear
places.
it.
She has the attitude. She has the drive. She's got the talent. So we're just going to follow her, and we hope that you guys do too. If you like what you see tonight and you want to support the junkies and the creatives that we have on the show, go ahead and head over to YouTube, like and subscribe. Yes, she's a sharp young woman, and we're behind her all the way. Check us out on our socials. Head over to indiehorrorjunkie.com. Get your magazines, and we'll see you junkies next week.
See ya.